guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna, and for those of you who are new here, welcome, and for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Here on my channel I do planner and planner related videos, DIY tutorials, budget videos, and the occasional new release video of items that I've listed to my Etsy shop. And if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel, and if you hit that little notification bell, you'll always be notified of when I load a new video. Also, commenting, liking, and sharing on your favorite platform does help my channel grow and would be truly appreciated. Alrighty, so we are in the final lesson. It's not really going to be a lesson, but we're in the final video, for at least right now, in this series of hand lettering from a beginner for beginners. And so I actually have quite a few things here, and I apologize for the glare, but hopefully I'll alleviate that in a minute. Usually we work out of this one here, where we do some practice lettering, you do your drills, and you do the whatnot. But for this last video together, I thought we would try a couple of different things. Okay, so if you follow me here on my channel, you know that I no longer work in a traditional planner where it's all mapped out for you in whatever layout you've chosen. I work in my Happy Nietzsche, and I make the layout for both of my sections every single week. However, if you are working in a traditional planner and you are following along in this series, then one of the things we're going to do today is, well, how do we incorporate it into an actual planner? So we'll do something here on the monthly overview. We'll do something here in the weekly overview, and then we'll do something in this right here. So I'll put this to the side for now. And I'll take these pages out. And this is a big sized Happy Planner. This was the original Happy Planner that I picked up last year. It was an 18-month planner, and it's the only planner that I have. Well, no, that's not true. I do have some minis, but I don't know where they are. So we're going to use this one because it's a bigger surface and it's the surface size that I've been using, but also I can readily locate it. So if you are looking at doing your monthly overview, because the way the month is set up, depending on how busy or not busy your month of December is, you may want to leave your monthly overview as blank as possible, just because you might have lots of activities with family or whatever. Usually, however, during the month, either depending on when the month starts, you'll either have some extra space up here or you'll have some extra space down here. So we're not going to decorate this with any kind of stickers, although I could, but what we're going to be doing down here is just incorporating some of our lettering into this. Now I do have some colors here, and I think for this one, I think because it's already in a green, we will use the reds and greens here, as well as some of these mild liners, because we're going to be playing a little bit. All right, so first of all, what do I want to write? Let's just do Merry Christmas, because if you celebrate Christmas, that's probably going to be the focal point of your December. And we can put that down here. And I think for this one, we will attempt a Bouncy Style. And I'm sorry if you guys aren't in frame. So, and with the Bouncy Style, the reason why I think it might be good for this is one, if we don't get the spacing perfect because there's no lines and I'm too lazy to draw on any, then we can just exaggerate the fact that not everything's lined up, and then we're okay. So we do want to remember how we hold our pen, take advantage of the brush, and just go for it. Oh, or we could just do candy canes. So you have to remember all sorts of things. And go into the Mary. That actually looks kind of like Santa's hat. That's not the best, but doesn't matter. And it more so it doesn't matter, not because I'm not going to use this, but more we're trying to go for that effect. At least that's what we're going to tell people. All right, so I am using the Pentel Touch, and the reason why I'm using them is because they are a smaller nib and they create a smaller word. However, let's see if I can find, and I don't want to use a Sharpie, so let's just use red. That's what happens when you don't plan things out. So we'll do Christmas, and we're going to still do our lettering, but we're going to start with this. And again, it doesn't matter that there's interlap here. And come down. And come up and up, down. I'm just really concerned about misspelling Christmas right now. And then come down, Chris. That's already a mistake, but we're just going to roll with it. And M. And M and M, come up, oval, A into an S. We'll do some little zhuzhis there. So we've got Christmas, and then let's just see how it looks like if we add this in, but only coming in with the downstrokes. So if we kind of work into it and come down, and work into it and come down, and down, 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 that would come down, and down, down, and down. And if we do our oval, that would come down, and then that would come down. Now I like it, but the red doesn't seem strong enough. So let's see if we can just add a little, because I don't want to make it thick, I want to make it a little bit darker. And it seems, yeah, if we just write over the red and sort of blend it together, that seems to stand out really nicely. Plus it looks pretty. And then in a second I'll turn this over to see if the extra lines bleed to the other side, because we don't necessarily want that. Oh, more of the pen. Oh, maybe this is thinner weight paper than the Happy Notes paper. Oh, I did not realize that, because yeah, there's definitely some bleed through and some definite ghosting. So if you guys are working in your planners, sorry guys, I don't work in a planner, so I didn't really even think about that. You may want to do some testing, or you may just want to work on some white paper and then just glue that on. And then just to kind of mimic, instead of highlighting the thick parts, we're going to just run a very little line on when we're going to the upstroke. And really it's just very little pressure is what I'm using. That comes up and that goes like that. That one isn't as noticeable, but I think it ties in the green. And then the reason why I wanted to bring in the mild liners, of course it's because of their mild liners, they're not really the colors I want, but I think we can still make it work. I want to do a little bit of decoration, because again, this is all blank. And then I'll come in with my Muji pen and put a little ornament hat on it and do the same here. And then draw around it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And draw around that. And you could make more. In fact, I don't like even numbers, so let's do one more. I don't think these bleed through. That's why I reached for them. Yeah, because Crayola markers bleed through Happy Planner pages. And we can just kind of use that line right there and then outline that one. And then again, if you wanted to make these into Christmas ornaments, you could just add some decorations. And I think it's just a fun way to add some lettering to your planner, especially in the monthly overview where you might have some dead space to begin with. So, I'm not even sure what that is, but it's an ornament. Okay, so there you've got Merry Christmas. And then over here, you could do notes for, and red. We could do notes for Santa. And again, you bring a little bit of your lettering there. And even without any stickers, especially if, again, you've got a really busy December, then I think it brings a nice little pop of color into it. And it's fairly easy. I mean, because we've already learned the letters, now we're just practicing the connections. And really, if you're like me, you're wanting to bring that into your planner world. So that's number one. For here, let's, again, not going to do anything with stickers, more so because that's not what this is about. But let's say that on the 6th, actually at work, there is a holiday party I won't be able to attend just because I'm so busy and I've got lots of things to do. But let's mark something out for Friday with the holiday party. So we can, because I kind of want to use the blues, but the thing that really always bothered me with Happy Planner is if they determine the color and that's not the color you want to use, then you're kind of stuck. It's just, I mean, it's mine. I can do whatever I want. So over here, we could do holiday party, and we don't necessarily have to always use the brush lettering, but we can take advantage of the thicks and the thins. So anytime you're going down, even if you're doing a printed like this, then you would still use the heavier pressure. And you always don't have to do in the traditional capital, lowercase following. You can do whatever you want, and it does make it look a bit dynamic. So this is holiday party. And this one I'm not so great because I'm really concerned about messing up the word, and so my transitions aren't that great. Yeah, it's definitely ghosting with a little bit of bleed through. And we can do some highlighting, and it's because it's the same tone and the same color, it wouldn't bother me if it kind of smudged, but really it's just to accentuate it. I'm not really following any line or anything. And so that's holiday party. If I wanted to, I could come in, assuming that I didn't want to use stickers, or maybe I don't have any, and you're just doing maybe a letter only or a pen only spread, or maybe you're new and you didn't pick up any. I mean, whatever the reason, there is still ways that you can make this look fabulous. And got this one here, this one here. And I like these kind of retro little things. This gives me sort of a 50s vibe, although if you do a dot, 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 dot in the sign of the cross, and then you make a cross, and then you make X in the middle, to me that always looked like a little Star of David. Not the Star of David. Over the manger on Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, where it says where Jesus was born, that's what that always looks like to me. A Star of David is something else. Sorry, I'm not sure. Star of Jesus? I don't know what that's called, but that's what that always makes me think of. And then let's say on Wednesday there was a cookie swap. Now there isn't, but let's say there was. So again, you can put that in with various pens and various lettering styles, because it sort of functions like a sticker in that you're just really trying to add some decoration to your planner, right? So it doesn't always have to be the modern calligraphy. It can be a combination, which I think sometimes can look really nice if you're good at it. Then, so W into an A is a new one for us. And I'm going to bring this up, because I don't know if you can see it, and I don't know if it's the pen, but this paper seems not to be as smooth. It definitely feels lighter, but there seems to also be some, it's not smudging, some bleeding, so that it isn't, the edge isn't very crisp. Again, I have never done it. I mean, if you've been watching me, you know that. I've never done it on actual planner pages. I've only done it on Happy Notes. So if you haven't tried yet, definitely test it out first, because I don't know if you'll need to put something in, or if you'll need to be aware of it, so when you're decorating the back, you can account for that. Again, I don't know, because I don't do this typically. And then you can just draw a little cookie in and do a cookie swap. And that's how you can bring it into your planner. And just to test it, because I'm using these ones, which are made smaller, but let's see if we can actually use one of these ones here and still be able to get words into a box. Now this is the big size, so unless you're working in a big size box, but I mean, it definitely is a smaller space if we're just using one here than I have been using. So Saturday the 7th, I mean, we're doing a fictional thing, so I don't know why I'm so stumped. Saturday the 7th, let's say there's the tree lighting. It's actually the 6th here in Hawaii, or at least on Oahu, but let's say it's the 7th. And so, yeah, these are gonna be harder. And then come up, and then come up. Looks all right. And then let's see if we can do some, and it's a large word, so lighting. All right, well, it didn't turn out as nice as I wanted it to, but it's all right. And actually, I think I'll put some lines coming down like that. And really, this is just to give you guys some ideas. Oh, they are exactly, no, this one is just a smidge darker. And I don't even know if you can see that on camera, but I can see that, I mean, it's just, it's a smidge. And up here, we'll do a star and then make that as sort of a little tree. All right, so again, we're doing some holiday words here. Now, depending on, you know, what holidays you celebrate, if you celebrate Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or, you know, if you are focusing on the new year, I mean, whatever you do, it definitely can work in your planner. I mean, we all know that. We watch all those lovely planner ladies who do spreads in their planner and use everyday lettering, but this is the first time I've tried it, so I think it came out pretty decent. So that's it for that one. And then what I wanted this one for is because we're actually going to work on my cover page for my Happy Nietzsche. So I've got this here. This is the classic size. I had picked this up from Joann's back in, I think it was like June. I think this was part of my month-long birthday celebration to me. So I picked this up, and I really picked it up because I love the Monstera on the inside. And I'm going to cut this down to fit in my Happy Nietzsche. So we're going to do some artwork together. Hopefully this turns out the way I have it in my head. And I say that a lot because I really do hope that it turns out. So I'm going to start with yellow. And just do some color swatching there. And then I'm going to come in with some brown. And if I had different shades of brown, I would have done that instead of the yellow and the brown, because I really don't want this to pull as fall. But I didn't want to do just a full-on brown tree. And it's starting to warp a little, although interestingly enough, it isn't bleeding, and that's because it's wet on wet, and so it's starting to pill, but that's okay. I don't mind that. And again, and I'll let that dry, but in the meantime, and I know I'm going to be messing up my pen, but I don't have a green in this that is a sufficient color. Although maybe I'll use some in highlighting. But we're going to come out like this. It doesn't matter that I'm going into the, well, no, I don't want to draw on the other page. And then we're just going to do some big leaves. And again, I'm going to color that in. And if you can see in the back, there is some ghosting, but certainly not as much as vibrant as this is. And there is this one right here. And I know what you guys are thinking, but guys, it'll be okay, I think. Fingers are crossed anyway. And so we'll just add some of this. And we'll do some of that. And I need a little bit more of that darker green there. Okay. And then we're going to do some of that, and some of that, and some of that. I don't like even numbers. I want to keep this space. So we'll do some of that. And we'll make an ornament. We'll just do simple ball ornaments. That one's weird. And then we'll do some coloring. And since this is Christmas in Hawaii, we don't necessarily need to keep with traditional colors. Now it's really weird because, well, okay, so it's really weird because my mom loves Christmas. That's not what's really weird. But when I walk in through the front door, it is already, because she loves Christmas so much, she has the decorations up before Thanksgiving. So they are up and beautiful. So when I'm walking through the front door, when I come home, it is golds and reds and silvers and Santas and nutcrackers, and it's just, it's gorgeous. And we have central AC because it's Hawaii and we couldn't live where we're living without central AC. But when I walk outside in the morning, it could be like 80 degrees and 90% humidity. So that's the part that's really weird. It's just that, you know, when you see all the white Christmas and everyone's bundled up and the ugly sweater parties, they look fantastic. But, you know, not everyone celebrates the holidays like that. So I just wanted to bring in a little bit of Hawaii into my planner spread. And this has actually lines that go like that. And just so it's not stumpy, we'll just add some green down here. And that's why it didn't bother me that there's the monstera leaves there. I mean, it's all tropical, right? And then instead of doing Merry Christmas, we're going to do the Hawaiian version of that, which is Mele Kalikimaka. And I think we'll still stay, although I did really like how that other thing looked. So we will do Mele. So that's M, E, L, and then E. And this one, I kind of want to do it brush, but I kind of want to do it Kaliki. Kali, K-I-L-I. Key. And then Maka. Ooh, I hope it fits. Yep. And K. I'm just going to do the A in the tree. Because that's how we do it. All right, so Mele Kalikimaka. And then we're going to come down in the green with all of our down strokes. And that. And then this one we'll just do a swatch down the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. I kind of like when it has a little bit of white showing. And then down here, because I actually need this to be my cover page, we'll do just a really simple December 2019. And I can go back and darken that up. And then you're probably wondering, well, I mean, it looks a little messy. Well, I made some guide dots on the size of the page, and so I wasn't concerned about the edge because I knew I would be cutting it off. You didn't know there'd be some coloring and crafting in this video, did you? Okay, and just need to line that up. And there. Okay, so that's a little less than I thought it would be. But we still have the A, so it's still a win. So, Mele Kalikimaka, which is Merry Christmas in Hawaiian. This is going to be my Happy Nietzsche cover page, at least one half of it. The back is still doable, and I'll probably cut this other page for that. In fact, just to bring a little bit of Hawaii into December, I might make my regular planner section, so the ones that I do my Nietzsche Saturdays on, with this paper here. Because even if I add some traditional Christmas colors, it still matches, but there is still just a bit of Hawaii in there, just, you know, because that's my reality. I do want to thank Latricia, Christy, Terry, Kelly, and Dorothy. I want to thank Miss D. I want to thank Miss Lakeisha. Those are the ones I can remember right offhand. You guys have been down in the comments. Oh, Miss Andy, you've been down in the comments and you've been following me on this journey, and I'm very thankful for you. These are the ladies that had asked me to do their name or had practiced their name because of things they had written in their comments. And if I missed anyone, please know it's just poor planning on my part, which is weird since it's a kind of a planner channel, but whatever. You guys know me, you know that's how I roll. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. And as always, aloha.